area just a short time ago, and they recorded a very grisly scene, Tom. What they first saw were some of the dead that had been removed from the rubble, covered in sheets. There's a temporary morgue actually set up in the center courtyard of the Pentagon here. The exact casualty toll still not known, but scores are believed to be dead and still buried underneath the rubble. And there was also some shots of the damage, exterior damage around the building itself. As you can see from the pictures, it's eerily reminiscent, Tom, of the bombing of the federal building in Oklahoma City. The wide gash in the building and the slanted floors that had just collapsed under their own pressure, and it appears that these rescue workers are a long way from not only containing the blaze, but recovering the victims, Tom.
I find that stunning, Jim Miklashevsky, that they've had all day to work on that blaze. It tells you about the very grievous nature of this attack on that building, that they still have flames at this hour burning through the military headquarters of the United States.
Well, actually, Tom, you know, some consider the location where this plane went in rather fortunate, because exactly where the plane went in was an area that had recently been redeveloped and redesigned with very heavy blast walls and firewalls in that new area there. Of course, can't withstand the kind of impact of a 757. So as you look at the building, the fire did not spread very much to the right, the new portion of the building, and the old portion where the fire continues to spread, much of that had already been vacated, those offices vacated in preparations of the
pitches in and starts doing their job. That's what we need now.
Mr. Dunnigan, you're a terrorist expert. You must know that an attack of this magnitude would unleash the full power of the United States. So if you know it and I know it, certainly the terrorists who did this know it. Do they care?
You're not dealing with rational operators here. It's like World War II. The Navy anticipated everything about Japan except the kamikaze. We're dealing with kamikazes. They all expect to go to heaven, you know, for their cause. That's a very different kind of enemy. You can fight them. We defeated the Japanese in World War II, but it's going to cost you a little more than you expect. It can be done. It probably should be done, but they'll keep coming.
But they don't really care whether we attack them. Is that what you're saying?
No, but we care if we attack them, because if we attack them and destroy them, they don't attack us.
But there are so many of them, are there
not? That many of them, no. What makes Osama bin Laden particularly effective is his organizational skills. There are very few people in the Arab and the Islamic world who want to become suicide bombers. He has the managerial skills to gather them all together, to train them, to screen them, and to deploy them. He's a very rare individual like that. If we destroy Osama bin Laden, there may be another one out there. But until Osama number 2 shows up, we have a period of peace.
Are you convinced that it was bin Laden?
Right now, he's the likely suspect. I'd be very surprised if it was anyone else, because the only other people in the world that we know of that use suicide bombers are the Tamil Tigers in Sri Lanka, and they don't operate internationally.
Well, how about Hamas? Hamas is a pretty dastardly outfit.
Hamas is all part of the same, you know, organization, so to speak. Not the organization per se, but they all belong to the same club. The Sri Lankans are Hindus.
All right. Now, Colonel Hunt, I asked Newt Gingrich this question. I'm going to ask you, because you're kind of a hawk. We know in the past that nations like Libya, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and a few of the other Arab countries have harbored terrorist camps where they train people to do these kinds of things. Would you take action against those countries for what they have done in the past?
I'd carpet bomb them. Look, I mean, there's no question. Look, what have we done? What did we do about? It's not about being a hawk, Bill. What did we do in Lebanon when they blew up the barracks? What did we do in Saudi Arabia when they killed all those great Air Force guys? What have we done about the coal? And what did we do about we brought people to trial? Okay, we have known where these people are, okay, and we haven't gone after them. Okay, I wouldn't, and if we, in all due respect to the current secretary, if we line up for world opinion, it isn't going to happen. Okay, they have come after the United States of America. It is time to stop.